Alright, people. Really, really interesting interview here with a man by the name of Spencer Brown. This is the managerial rep for Tyson Fury. It was on Boxing King Media's channel. I would assume most people would have already seen it. Obviously, Boxing King Media, very, very big channel. They've been doing brilliant over the last couple of months. Pretty much the last year, Boxing King Media have took a massive step forward in terms of, YouTube boxing interviews and stuff like that. I think they're coming up to 600k subs. I think it won't be long before they pass IFL, to be honest with you. They've been doing very good. But they interviewed this guy Spencer Brown, and primarily the interview, it's round about the 10-minute mark where he starts talking about Fury Usyk. And this is the interesting part, because he is saying that it's full steam ahead with Fury Usyk for December the 23rd. He insists that that it's absolutely the plan. Both camps signed for Undisputed to take place on that exact date. He talks in it about, basically he admits the fact that Fury Ngannou was already signed prior to Fury Usyk being signed. So he goes, they done the Ngannou fight, that was done, they were getting ready to go through the motions for that, and then the opportunity came for this fight to happen. He said it took 4 hours. He was on the phone to Igis Klimas, the manager of Alexander Usyk. They met with Team Fury, he said, in London. It was done over the course of 4 hours. Crucially, he said that, monetary-wise, obviously the pay, Fury was happy, Usyk was happy. Usyk wasn't present in person at it, but he did speak with Tyson Fury over the phone, he said. And, obviously they were talking. I think I actually have the quote here. He said, "Thank you very much, looking forward to meeting you in the ring, and after, if you'd like to bring your family to Morecambe for a weekend." So, respect there, if that in fact is true, respect between both guys, which is good. We do obviously still like the bit of banter as well, obviously that kind of does help. If there is a bit of needle there, it does help kind of sell it as well. But it's given me a lot more optimism, especially this interview, because this guy, listening to him in the interview, he seemed pretty legit. He did. He was actually quite well spoken. He seemed pretty legit. And he went into details about everything. And when, again, the date was put to him and it was said December the 23rd, he was adamant that is the date the fight is going to happen. And, they obviously mentioned Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. being proposed for that date. And he was kind of like, well, look, this is the date that we have. Looks like it's going to go ahead this date, and you make it that which you will. Now, I know Eddie Hearn, what fight was it? It was a Matchroom show. It was the Wembley. It was the J.R. Pataya fight. When Eddie Hearn was asked about that, he was even acknowledging the fact that if it is on that day, Fury Usyk, he may have to look at Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. because, that fight pales into insignificance, which it does compared to Fury Usyk for Undisputed. It does. People say, well, no, it's not. It's not. Just stop there. No, it's not. It's not as big as Fury Usyk. Not even in the same stratosphere as Fury Usyk. Now, we obviously, judging by all accounts, the fight is signed, right? I know some people are still saying, don't want to get my hopes, but I get that, over the last year, I've said it before, we've, got our hopes up and then boom. But this case, to me, considering both guys, I've said it before, both guys are singing off the same hymn sheet, it legitimizes it, I believe, right? In terms of the date, obviously we done videos during the week on the date. We talked about, Fury saying come April, I'll be the best man on the planet and stuff like that. Obviously that's the end of Riyadh season will actually start to be over by then. So it has us speculating the date. But he is adamant that it's going to be December the 23rd. He is adamant that is the date that's been signed, and that is the date these guys are going to fight on. So essentially means that Fury is going straight from the Ngannou fight into an Alexander Usyk fight, and obviously Alexander Usyk only fought in August. August. So it's a reasonably quick turnaround for him as well. Now, some people are saying that, well, Fury fighting Ngannou, that's too quick a turnaround. It's like, well, not really, no, because you're essentially saying with the Fury Ngannou situation that it's going to be, he's going to go in there, it's going to be tough, and he's going to need time to recoup. I would imagine Fury is going to need no time to recoup post Ngannou, because it's going to be pretty one-sided. It's going to be pretty easy for Tyson Fury, and the only thing I'd be worried about, as I said, is something bizarre like heads or something coming together, opening a cut or something like that. That's more what I'd be worried about. I wouldn't be worried about Fury leaving the Ngannou fight and feeling like, oh God, my hands, everything, I need a good 3 weeks off before I even think about boxing. No, as far as I'm concerned, I'd say he's already probably in camp for Usyk now, and just going through the motions for this Ngannou fight. It just kind of part of the camp, so to speak. We'll know this day next week is Fury and Ngannou. This day next week is the fight. All right, great undercard. I'm hoping to do a preview of it on Review of the Week Monday morning, tomorrow evening is when I record it. It's still not on BoxRec. Like, I know I can understand Fury and Ngannou not being on BoxRec, but the undercard, like, they're legit Queensbury fights. I don't understand, as in Queensbury real fights. They're going on the record. I don't know why they're not on BoxRec. Now, just because it's not on BoxRec doesn't mean it's not happening, obviously. But I just find it weird that they're not on BoxRec when they're clearly happening. One of them has a British title on the line. It's like, okay, don't know. Think nothing of that. It's probably just wait and you see. They won't be on BoxRec, and after all of a sudden when the fights are over, oh boom, they're on BoxRec. Probably something like that. But we will know. I suspect this day next week, post fight, in the ring immediately after, we will know the date. If it is December the 23rd, I mean, happy Christmas. That's what I gotta say. Happy Christmas. That is an early Christmas present. Because Christmas is on the Monday, the fight could be taking place on the Saturday. That could be, and having a fight of that magnitude so close to Christmas, it is, for boxing fans and all of us, it is a Christmas present of sorts. So we'll know for definite. Look, as I said, the fact this is his managerial rep, he's saying this a week away from the Fury and Ngannou fight. He's mentioned December the 23rd. I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest with you, if they announce it for that date, to be honest. I wouldn't be. The sooner the better. As I said, if it was, say they did announce it for the month of April, okay, I'm happy. We have a date. But it's a long way away. It's roughly 6 months away. A lot can happen in between then. Other fights can come up. Injuries can happen. Stuff can happen in between that could push the fight back. If we're looking at essentially less than 2 months away, 7 weeks, then, you're looking at that thinking, yes, let's go. It's 2 months away on Monday, because today's the 21st. So December the 23rd will be roughly 60 days away come what Monday. So we could be that little away from Fury Usyk. That little away, lads. I 100% believe at this point that we are going to get it. December the 23rd or a little bit later, but I 100% believe that both guys have signed it. Again, what he was talking about in the interview, you get a good feel. You get the idea that this is information that he's letting out about the contract negotiations and stuff like that. That someone on the inside who was there knows, and he seems happy enough with everything. So I'm pretty happy hearing that we are going to get undisputed. And as he said, it's been over 20 years since we've had an undisputed champion. And it may be a long time after this happens before we get another one. I hope he's wrong there. I hope it's not the case. I hope that after this, there is sooner rather than later. In the next, I wouldn't imagine it's going to be in a year or two, but in the next 5 to 6, maybe more years, we'll get another undisputed heavyweight champion. I'm just hoping we get one this year, or at the very least early next year. I hope it's either Fury or Usyk. One of them is going to do it. I just can't wait. Once I think this day next week, in the ring after, we'll probably more than likely know the date. That's crazy to think about. I'm more excited about that than I am anything else, So let's wait and see. Have a look at the interview. I'd recommend it. Boxing King Media. You already probably know. If you're watching my videos, you definitely know about Boxing King Media. Shout out to them every single time. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed it, people. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. For now, lads and lassies, I will leave you with that.